Morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode 117 in the book of Genesis, Genesis chapter 27 here today. We're going to title today of the value of a blessing. So we're in a context where Isaac is getting old and dying, and he's going to bless his children. He's supposed to be blessing Esau, his oldest, but Jacob's going to steal that blessing. Now, one of the big points today is to Jacob's credit. He's a terrible louse all the way through this story. But one thing that he does right is he gets the motivation right for the story, which is he values the blessing of Isaac. He understands that God started this blessing through Abraham and then his son Isaac, and now it's the next generation, and he wants to be a part of that. So that's a good thing he does it in terrible ways. Esau has already kind of disvalued the blessing and disvalued his birthright, and now in association with that, he's going to lose his blessing. All right, Genesis chapter 27, verse 14. So he went and took them and brought them to his mother. He's talking about a couple of goats he's going to make into a stew. And his mother prepared delicious food such as his father loved. So this is Jacob and Rebekah working together to deceive Isaac. Then Rebekah took the best garments of Esau, her older son, which were with her in the house, her house, and put them on Jacob, her younger son. And the skins of the young goats she put on his hands and on the smooth part of his neck. And she put the delicious food and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son, Jacob. So we got delicious food, which is supposedly coming from Esau. Remember, Esau was the only one invited to this party. Rebekah overheard it. And then he's got garments that are actually his garments. So special clothing that typically in the Mideast described the social rank of the wearer. And again, this is supposed to be a secret party, so the fact that he shows up with food indicates that he's the right guy. Then he's got the skin on his neck and skin on the back of his hands from a young goat. And so this is all pulled off with the leadership and direction of his mother. All right, verse 18. So he went into his father and said, "My father." And he said, "Here I am." And then Isaac starts asking questions. "Who are you, my son?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau." So Jacob is lying now. "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Now sit up and eat of my game." It's so interesting. Isaac is down, maybe that old, maybe that sick. "Now sit up and eat of my game, that your soul may bless me." Again, this is all about the blessing. But Isaac said to his son, "How is it that you have found it so quickly, my son?" And he answered, "Because the Lord your God granted me success." So Jacob, washes his hands of God, at least so far in his life. Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Please come near that I may feel you, my son." Why? Why do we feel your son? Well, he tells us to know whether you really are my son Esau or not. Verse 22. So Jacob went to Isaac his father, who felt him and said, "The voice is Jacob's, the voice is wrong, but the hands are of Esau." And he did not recognize him because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's. So he blessed him. He said, so even after this, first blessing, he's still distressed. And he says, "Are you really my son Esau?" He answered, "I am." Then he said, "Bring it near to me that I may eat of my son's game and bless you." So he brought it near to him, and he ate, and he brought wine, and he drank. So here we have this misidentification and this deception, this lying, deceiving of this, and maybe you could even call this elder abuse and even spousal abuse. You got this old man who's old for sure, dying for sure, and horizontal, that he has to sit up to do this. So he's infirm, I think. And then the kind of the thing that Jacob tells you what his relationship with the Lord is. He doesn't say the Lord my God gave me favor. He says the Lord your God. And all along here, Isaac is suspicious. He says, "I want to know whether you really are my son Esau or not. Your hands feel like him, but you sound like another guy." But he does bless him. And then afterwards he says, "Are you really Esau?" And he says, "I am." All right, verse 26. Then his father Isaac said to him, "Come near and kiss me, my son." So he came near and kissed him, and Isaac smelled the smell of his garments and blessed him and said, "See, the smell of my son, as is the smell of the field that the Lord has blessed." So this final investigation is this smell. So the five senses, he touches them, he tastes them, and he smells them. He can do all those things, but the sound isn't right, and the sight isn't right because he's blind. Then here's the blessing. May God give you the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of grain and wine. Let people serve you and nations bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. Cursed be everyone who curses you, and blessed be everyone who blesses you. So we have the dew of heaven, kind of the rain from the sky, fatness of the earth, grain and wine, people serving you, nations serving you, family leadership and family predominance, and blessing of those who bless you, and curse for those who curse you. So in conclusion here, it's tough to make some good spiritual applications from this, but Jacob does something right. He values the blessing and the favor and the intense look of the Lord. And I think we can value this precious being under God's umbrella, his protection, his heritage. We can kind of misvalue that, or we can hypervalue it like Jacob does. So it's great to remember, it's great to be in the family of God. It's great to be chosen and at home with God. It's great to have a future with God. So now what? So if you value it, then you do certain things, which is, I think, what do you do with this great favor of God? You sit here snug as a bug in the comforts of its blessing, or does it make you think and perhaps turn the light bulb on and say, hey, I want to be a missional person. I want to be on task. Why? So that others can get into this family and enjoy the same blessing. Thanks for listening.